What is going on, guys? It is your trade bro back again with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Kind of took a little bit of a couple days off, got really busy at work, but we're right back into it. Bitcoin doing its thing. You can see tomorrow we're going to start this new monthly candle. We're going to see what that can do for us. If we can push to this next level, kind of resting in the middle of the channel here on the resistance of these wicks and these candles down here. I'm going to see if we can move up higher, possibly to the $41,000 range. That would be awesome. We're still in our trade right now. Not actively trading it as much right now, just because it's really consolidating. If we go down to the 4-hour chart, you can see we're range locked right here. We're kind of squeezing into a tighter range. So we're just kind of holding and seeing right now. Starting, like I said, we're only on this channel for right now. Short-term trades. We're only trading Bitcoin. I'm only scalping, swinging Bitcoin short-term, and that's only to build and buy more Bitcoin. Everything else is going to be a long investment. I will share two of the projects that I'm going to be going long in. I've gone long in them before. Poly USD is one of them. You can see we've had a crazy gain from here. Saturday, I was looking at it down around here, didn't buy any, but we tipped out here. Now we've come back down, so we started buying some here. I look to move some more money in there. Another one that I've been in for a while, and this is just on the kind of securitized or the digitization. That's a rough one. Of real world assets. Polymath is doing that, and then another one, SNX. Looking at here, we've been in for a long time. Kind of just bouncing around. We gotta back out a little bit to see. We were at 26 at one point. We're still down here at 2%. So we got a lot of room to run here. I think it's a good play. Not bad on the digitization. Their goal is synthetics. People being able to make synthetics off of pretty much any asset. So the chart, we're squeezing down into here, popped up. Now we're kind of resting right here. See if we can move back up. We'll slowly build into these positions. And another one I'm gonna start going into. I know the chart doesn't look that good for investing purposes, because we're investing at a high here. But I just want to throw a couple cents around in there. It's at 5 cents. I think the project could do well. And as always, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I mine Cadena, so we're always building out a position in that. See if we can move this. This doesn't. It was at 25. It's definitely higher than this. But these are our. Move this line down a little bit. Put another bar down here. This is pretty much our levels that we got to reach here. Okay. Oh, let's run out. Well, shoot. But that's our. These are the couple that I'm building positions in. These are going to be like long-term swings. I'm not really. It's more of a, I believe, long-term investment. I'm going to put the money in and just wait for a while. It's not going to be like kind of how we're scalp. We've been scalping Bitcoin back and forth through all this, getting in here, getting out here, getting out, just bouncing around, trading, trying to capture some to build more Bitcoin in our quest to own and self-custody one whole Bitcoin is the whole goal of it. So hopefully we'll move toward that, trying to do it in the smartest way possible, while also building up and not losing exposure to these other ones. But yeah, let's get into some news. CoinDesk Bitcoin's 14% weekly gain signals end of an era as tech dumps. Bitcoin's advance this week, coupled with gains across all digital asset sectors, highlighting the breadth of the crypto rally. I still think it's mainly in Bitcoin. I think the interest is mainly in Bitcoin. The reason I think the interest is mainly in Bitcoin is because, like it was before, these rich people don't want to lose their money. It's kind of their big thing. So I don't think they're going to be looking into buying something that the SEC could smack down, even if it, like XRP, if they win the rally, people aren't going to want to have their money in something that could be under investigation. That's their little thing. This was what I wanted to talk about. Crypto has made, what has made crypto's bullish week even more significant is the dismal performance of U.S. equities. Coinbase analyst David Duong says they point out that Bitcoin has moved 4.3 standard deviations higher this week compared to the last 3 months, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq moved nearly 2.5 to 3 standard deviations lower at the same time. Let me turn this off for you guys right now. My night light's coming on. Turn that off real quick. Boom. There we go. Alright. The massive divergence partly reflects a deteriorating macro trading environment juxtaposed against Bitcoin's positive idiosyncratic story. So I think we're gonna start seeing this, because if you guys were around, pop back out here, or no, let's pop back out here. Hold on. There we go. If you guys were around back here, Bitcoin and crypto were basically treated as tech stocks. So once they started plummeting, Bitcoin started plummeting. They were kind of tied together. The reason being that a lot of the same investors that invested in tech stocks were also interested in Bitcoin. So they're kind of tied together that way. But we're starting to see the difference. Maybe investors are a bit more educated now. I'm not really sure, but they are fundamentally different, tech stocks and crypto. When you're investing in a tech company, you're investing in a company. Bitcoin, you're investing in the algorithm, the digital world, everything like that. So it is fundamentally very different. So hopefully we'll continue seeing that separation from the crypto market as a whole to the tech stocks, because there's just fundamental differences, even as far as debt, everything like that, from crypto and tech stocks. So that's good. Hopefully we'll continue seeing that. This is what I wanted to show here. CFTC pays whistleblowers $16 million this year for mostly crypto tips. So news like this is going to keep coming out. The more that we become a regulated market, the more you're going to see people move in and try and make things as safe as possible. Paying people $16 million a year, or just in this year alone, to blow apart these projects is what you're going to see, especially now that you have the FTX trial closing up. They're going to be looking to do anything they can to not have that situation. And obviously, if these people that were in the FTX thing were given this opportunity, they probably would have taken it to get out of there. So they're going to try and move in and just get on and get in front of these guys before they can get that massive. You know, it's not good for the industry as far as for investors. You know, it's the reason why the U.S. is one of the biggest countries for investing in markets, or was before we lagged behind in this crypto thing for so long. Is because it's safe. People know if they build a building here, it's probably not going to get blown up. Same thing with crypto. People want to invest in stocks because they think it's safe because of the history of it being regulated, whatever. And they have circuit breakers on their stuff, everything. People look at crypto and they're like, oh, well, it could be gone here today, gone tomorrow, and that's not something that people really want to put their money behind. So the more these institutional investors see these regulators and enforcers step in and really make progress on the ground, the more comfortable they're going to be putting their money in there. So it's good news for us. This article was really long, but the futures thing was what I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, they try to point out here that Bitcoin is 50% below its high, but gold is 4.3. But gold doesn't move, so gold's 4.3 is like Bitcoin's 50%. So you have to look at it. You have to look at it that way. You can't compare assets like that are fundamentally different, that move completely different. Gold's thing is really to not move, is to beat inflation, kind of, is kind of their only thing, to just beat inflation. Another note, yesterday, the U.S. Treasury announced plans to auction off $1.6 trillion of debt over the next 6 months. A key factor to watch is the size of the auction, the balance between shorter-term Treasury bills and longer-term duration notes and bonds. Billionaire, and I don't know how to pronounce this, whatever, Capital founder Stanley Druckenmiller, not Drucken? I don't know, criticized Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's focus on short-term debt, calling it the biggest blunder in the history of the Treasury. This unprecedented increase in the debt rate by the world target's economy has led Druckenmiller to praise Bitcoin as an alternative store value. The futures market, I don't know if you guys have seen, is trading at a significant premium. This is because people are FOMOing into Bitcoin. And the only way, the only way most people can touch Bitcoin is through the futures market, as far as an investor's, institutional investor's standpoint is. The CME has become the second largest trading venue for Bitcoin derivatives, with 3.5 billion of notional Bitcoin futures. It's a lot. It's crazy. This futures interest translated into spot interest is absolutely insane. It's a huge difference. What that's going to do for the crypto market. So it's very bullish to see that, even though we realize that it's going to be a little bit different. But when this translates into people buying actual Bitcoin spot and taking it off of exchanges, the squeeze that's going to happen with the pure laws of demand and supply, it's going to be a face melter. The demand for Bitcoin long position, leveraged Bitcoin long position, has significantly increased as the futures contract premium jumped from 3.5 to 8.3%. It's like a 120% increase on October 31st, with the new month contract surpassing the neutral to bullish threshold of 5% for the first time in 12 months. Further bolstering the speculation demand is Grayscale's BTC fund discount, narrowing the gap to the equivalent of the underlying BTC holdings. This instrument is trading at a 20% discount and is now at a 14% discount. Investors anticipate a higher likelihood of a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund approval in the US. So we're looking good. Not everything is rosy for Bitcoin, and exchange risk loom. It notes that the U.S. interest rate is at 5.2%, but the exchange rates have escalated post FTX. I really don't think so. I know. Does it say it in here? Yeah, here it is. These two pro-crypto politicians, U.S. Senator Cynthia Loomis and somebody else, wants to take the Justice Department take swift action against Binance and Tether. So I don't really know. They said this is connected to the occupation in the Middle East, but I'm pretty sure Binance already froze several wallets um, that were connected to one side of that. So I don't know if this is just a publicity thing that they're trying to do to make it seem like they're not just completely on the side of crypto. They still want regulation. Um, but if something did go through and these two entities got attacked, um, it'd be massive. It would be worse than FTX. So it looms out there, and I think that's that's in people's minds and stuff. But I really don't think. Yeah, I just really don't think that they're gonna go after these guys. I think this is more of publicity stunt. If the Justice Department does decide to take action against them, it's definitely gonna get in the way of our gains. And like I said before, the institutional investors aren't stupid, and they don't want to buy Bitcoin for crazy expensive prices. So yes, I think we're gonna see a pump as soon as it gets approved. But I just feel like once they're able to fully get their hands on it, they're going to want to get it for a discount. So I'm not sure what that's going to translate to as far as price, but I do think they are going to be slimy somehow and try and get a better price for Bitcoin, whether that means creating more FUD and sending us back down after we pump up, or I'm not really sure. I'm really not sure. Everything, there's market manipulation now. Once institutional investors really get their dirty little paws in here, that's not going to be any better. But we'll see. We're holding, we're building out positions. Like I said, I showed you guys the ones I'm trying to build positions in now, just because I think they have significant upside. And I like the digitization of real world assets. I think that's going to be big. That's why Chainlink. I think the one that I would be the least in is SNX. We've been buying Link, which has been doing very well, popping off at the bottom. We have big upside here, so we're building out a position in that as much as possible. That and Poly over here, we're going to be building out a position as much as possible. You can see we've had a great month. That's about 50% back up, and then from 34 cents we have a top of around $1.30. So we have about 300% to go as far as gains to get back that. So I think it's a good long to go into. And then Cadena, as always, is a good long. I just think Cadena and Caspa, because the SEC and a lot of people have been saying that any coin that isn't proof of work is a security. So I think that could play into the investor mindset. But we will see. We'll see what happens. I hope this has been informative. I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out, looking at some articles, looking at some charts, and talking about stuff. If you have any thoughts, put them in the comments, and we'll chat about them. Have a great day.